Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will be solving one Leetcode question, maximum subarray. Given an integer array nums, find the subarray with the largest sum and return its sum. Subarray is a contiguous non-empty sequence of elements in the array. What does it mean? For the example, -2, 1, and 4 is not the subarray because it is not contiguous sequence of the non-empty array, but -2, 1, and -3 is the subarray because it is the contiguous non-empty array. For this example, the answer is 6 because 4 plus -1 plus 2 and plus 1 is the maximum subarray that we can find in this array. And the sum of the 4 elements together is 6. So how do we solve this problem? If the array contains all positive numbers, it is very easy because we can simply add everything together and then we will get the maximum sums. But it becomes a bit difficult when there is negative number in this array. Also, we know that we want to keep adding the number from the start until the end. But how do we know if we should choose this group or this group or this group or the entire array as the subarray that have the maximum sum? We can keep track of two things. One is max sums, which will be the final answer, and also the running sum. We can initialize both variables with the value of the first element, which is -2. We can start looping from the second element, and when we are at the current element, we want to check if it makes sense to take or add the value that we have accumulated so far, which is the running sum. If we are at the element 1, the running sum is -2. Does it make sense to add -2 to our element 1 here? Or we should just take the current number and forget about the running sum. Here, -2 plus 1, it is equal to -1. We don't want to take -2 here because the current element 1 here is already bigger than the sum of the two elements. So we can update our running sum here to be 1. The max sum is now become 1. Now, if we are at -3, does it make sense to add or to take the running sum? Yes, because 1 plus -3 equal to -2, and -2 here is bigger than the -3, so we can update the running sum to -2. But for the max sum, we will not update it because we want to get the max number. So what is the formula for the max sum and the running sum? The max sum is the max of the max sum itself and the running sum. And for the running sum, it is the max of the running sum plus the current number and the current number. Let's go through our example one more time. Here I'm gonna reorder our variable here because we want to calculate the running sum first and then the max sum. So the running sum we initialize with the first element, which is -2, and the max sum we also initialize it with the first element, also the -2. And we start looping from the second element, which is 1. For the running sum, -2 plus 1 equal to -1. So -1 and 1 here, 1 is the max. So we update the running sum to 1 and the max sum also update to 1. Let's move to the next element, -3. The running sum now is 1 plus the -3 is -2. -2 is bigger than -3, so we update our running sum to -2. But for the max sum, 1 is still bigger than -2, so we just keep number 1 here. Next, number 4. So the running sum here is -2 plus 4 is 2. And 2 here is smaller than the current number, so we don't have to take the previous sum. We can just take the current number, which is 4. And the max sum here is 4 because we want to get the maximum number. Next, -1. The running sum now is 4 plus -1 equal to 3. So 3 is bigger than the -1. The running sum now is 3, and for the max sum is still 4. Now let's move to the next element, 2. The running sum is 3 plus the current number is 2 equal to 5. 5 here is bigger than 2, so we update our running sum to 5. And the max sum now also become 5. Next, 1. The running sum now is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 is bigger than the current number 1, so we update our running sum equal to 6, and the max sum is 6. Next, negative 5. So the running sum now is 6 plus the current element is negative 5 equal to 1, and 1 here is bigger than negative 5, so we update our running sum to 1. But for the max sum, 6 here is still bigger than 1, so we keep 6. Next, 4. The running sum now is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5, and 5 here is bigger than 4, so we update the running sum to 5. But 5 is still smaller than the max sum, so the max sum still be 6. And that is our final answer. Let's code out the solution. I will initialize the max sum equal to num0, the first element of the array, and the running sum also the nums0, the first element of the nums array. We can start looping from the first index until the end of the array. While looping, we can access the current number, and for the sum, it is running sum plus the current number. Next, we want to check if the sum here is bigger than the current number. If it is bigger, then we update our running sum equal to the sum here. Else, the running sum equal to the current number. Then for the max sum here, we want to get the max between the max sum and the running sum. And finally, we can return the max sum. Let's check the result. What is the time complexity for our implementation? Here we can see that we have to loop through the entire array. So the time here is O of n, and for the space is O of 1, because we don't use any extra space at all. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time.